Picture the Wild West, dust storms, duels at high noon, outlaws on horseback, and whiskey-fueled saloons. Hollywood gave us this version, gritty, chaotic, lawless, but how accurate was it? From John Wayne to Clint Eastwood, pop culture shaped an entire mythology of the American frontier. But what if most of it was fiction? Today, we're uncovering the real story, beyond the shootouts and standoffs. Let's start with daily life. Forget gunfights. Most folks were busy just trying to survive. Settlers farmed, built homes, raised livestock, and prayed their harvests wouldn't fail. They faced brutal winters, water shortages, crop failures, and wildfires. And forget the lonely cowboy stereotype. This was community building at its core. Churches, schools, general stores, these were the real heart of Western towns. Now let's talk women. They weren't just homemakers, they were homesteaders, teachers, and entrepreneurs. Some even ran ranches and businesses while men were away or lost to disease or conflict. Women held communities together, often becoming the unsung heroes of the frontier. And what about the idea of the Wild West? Was it truly lawless? Not quite. Most towns had lawmen, local governments, and codes of conduct. Yes, there were outlaws, but they were the exception, not the rule. Deadly duels weren't daily events, they were rare and often dramatized later. In truth, towns wanted order, not chaos. They built courthouses, held town meetings, and formed posses when needed. Even Tombstone and Dodge City weren't as violent as legend suggests. The myth of constant bloodshed? Mostly a media invention, both then and now. So where did these myths come from? Dime novels, early newspapers, and later Hollywood westerns all exaggerated for entertainment. Characters like Billy the Kid and Jesse James were rebranded into folk heroes. Even cowboys were romanticized. Most worked long, dirty hours herding cattle. They weren't dueling in the streets. They were branding, roping, and sleeping under stars. But that doesn't make the real story less impressive, just different. The West helped shape America's identity, independence, resilience, and grit. It was a land of opportunity, but also of hardship and sacrifice. Ranching, mining, and farming transformed the U.S. economy and landscape. Railroads expanded trade and migration, linking the coasts. And the West wasn't just settled by white Americans. Mexicans, African Americans, Native peoples, and Chinese immigrants played major roles. Their stories, too, are vital to the legacy of the frontier. Today, you can visit preserved towns, national parks, and homesteads that tell these real stories. Books like Lonesome Dove or Pioneer Girl offer deeper, truer views. Documentaries and museums shed light on the forgotten figures of the frontier. The myth of the Wild West may have sold tickets, but the reality built a nation. Understanding that difference matters, because history isn't just about drama. It's about people who endured, adapted, and laid the foundation for generations. So next time you picture the Wild West, remember the dust, the sweat, the resilience. Because the truth, it's even more powerful than the legend. Want more forgotten history and untold stories? Subscribe and ride with us into the past.